Family legacy draws a lot of people into the military. Tonight, 25 News reporter Adam Schindler introduces us to an Army officer that didn't even know how deep that legacy runs in this week's Faces of Fort Cavazos.
Say hello to Lieutenant Colonel Brad DeLoach, commander of the 2nd Battalion in the 227th Aviation Regiment, a proud soldier who always knew he was going to don a uniform in service to his country.
It's something I've always wanted to do. Every male in my life growing up had joined the service, and it was the only thing I've ever wanted to do.
After graduating from college in 2004 and being commissioned as an aviation officer, he worked his way up through the aviation ranks as a pilot, an instructor, and more.
I've done some air traffic services. I've gotten to do some great jobs in Army University doing Army education, and have spent some time around some great Army senior leaders until joining the 1st Cavalry Division in the 1st Air Cavalry Brigade about 2 years ago.
As a baby, Lieutenant Colonel DeLoach was adopted and had no idea he was following in the footsteps of his biological grandfather until they reconnected 3 years ago. A grandfather that has embraced his fellow helicopter pilot and grandson.
He's easy to know, easy to talk to, easy to share thoughts. We share. He's interested in my war, Vietnam, and I'm interested in his war. And so flying helicopters in those two different environments has been interesting.
The fact that his grandson's career nearly mirrors his own isn't lost on retired Colonel Bud Henry.
Been an influence on my family and military influence, and then someone who for 40 years I didn't even know, and he came down that same track, and so it's very special.
Though he was adopted, Lieutenant Colonel DeLoach grew up in a loving and supportive family that has now become even bigger, and he has a message for all of them.
The support and the love that you give not only me, but Rebecca and both those boys, has been remarkable, and to my we'll call them biological family, the ones that, we've just recently reconnected with, the love that you've given, and the support that you've given us, and then just the embracing of us from the get-go as one of your own has been nothing short of remarkable.
Lieutenant Colonel Brad DeLoach spent nearly 2 decades continuing the legacy of the family he grew up with and those he didn't, and plans to continue doing so right here in Central Texas. I'm Adam Schindler, and this is Faces of Fort Cavazos.